All right, hello everybody. It's me, Cullen, back with Pelagic Shade number 36, I believe. Tonight I am coming at you from Memphis, Tennessee. Bringing to you A&E St. A&E St. Barts. This is a 4-ounce soap, Kaizen base. I believe this is it's Creed Virgin Island Waters or something, cologne dupe. I believe that's what it is. Don't quote me on that. It's Creed something like that. Very good smelling soap, and with it being Ariana Evans and being Kaizen, you know it's going to be a great performer. And I have the matching splashy splash. I forgot my misting bottles, but I did bring a little thing of, I believe this should be witch hazel. Yes, it's witch hazel. So I'll be using that tonight. And then I have my Captain's Choice HD bowl. And I have my Opus blue beehive thing. I guess that's what this is. I think it's really cool how Craig did that inside, and then he cast a clear resin on top of it. That's what I like about Craig's handles, is that he does a lot of extra work and really thinks outside of the box and puts a lot of additional touches. And and he just posted one where he did it's a fairly regular looking handle, which is kind of odd for Craig, but on the inside of the knot hole he CNC'd Opus in there, so when you look up through it, it's way back up in here, where at the base of the knot where you see Opus. So that's a really cool touch. This has a synthetic blue knot that matches the handle. Already have the lather whipped up as usual, and you gotta love soft water, because man does it ever make a nice lather. So let's get into the shave, and because I forgot my spitzers, I'm gonna have to get my face wet the good old-fashioned way. By dipping my hands in the sink and splashing the face. So let me get my face wet, and look at that. That's just beautiful lather. Oh, it's just, all right. And yeah, so I'm really not a fan of synthetics, just because the way they feel for the most part, like painting, they usually feel good. But if you come in at any other angle, that's when they feel like what they are, and that's plastic. And I'm not a big, it doesn't have a good face feel. I've never understood why people have such a love for synthetic. It doesn't have a good face feel. But, to each their own. Synthetic is a lot cheaper. Well, it used to be. When synthetics first came out, they were super expensive. And then from my understanding, I believe it was sterling. It may have been Razor Rock. But it was either sterling or Razor Rock that kind of introduced, I guess it was a Pluson, whatever it's called, not at a cheap price. Apparently, since synthetic knots were really expensive back then. And they've continued to be really inexpensive since. And this camera's kind of low, isn't it? Let's raise that up. Look at that, like magic. All right. But now the new G5 knot, or G5A, whatever AP Shaveco calls it. To me, it looks like the same one that everybody else is selling. For whatever reason, that one's as expensive as a Badger knot again. But today I'll be using my, what is this razor? Help me out here. Let me see, what does it say? Charcoal Goods, that's what it is. Charcoal Goods Level 2 with a Gillette PermaSharp first use in it. And this is just, I love the way this razor feels. It's an absolute pleasure to use. Every time I use it, it's just, it's just so smooth and it's just a very comfortable razor, even to hold in your hand. The handle itself down here could be kind of slippery, but you know, the way he made these little notches, it gives you that little bit of grip right there. Which of course you need and want when you're holding a razor blade in your hand, putting it to your face. This morning when I packed this up, I got to looking at it, and the handle actually almost looks like it's 3 separate parts. Like maybe he hollowed this part out and then he screwed in the end pieces, because there's a, you can see right there, there's, see that? And the bottom is the same exact way. Maybe it's not, but it sure looks like it. But when I packed it up this morning, I was like, you know what? This is such a cool razor, but man, I wonder how much cooler it would look if it was polished. So when I get home, I might polish it up and see if we can make it like a mirror. So this would be Saturday night's video. Right now it's Friday when I shoot this. And so I'll be putting it up for Saturday's video, because I was shooting them and putting them up the day of. And that got to be really hectic and time consuming, because some days I wasn't able to shave as early as I wanted to, and then trying to edit out all my cleaning up, and that's about the only thing I edit out. Y'all see all the mistakes and all my forgetfulness the way it comes. The only thing I ever edit out is those 5-10 minutes of me cleaning all my razors and everything up. But so the time of doing that, and then going into the movie maker and adding the all the text that pops up and all that stuff. And then saving it back to the phone and then uploading it to YouTube and all that takes a lot of time. And so I've started filming them the day before, so I have more time to get all that done. A lot of times I try to actually still do it the same day, but then I just schedule it on YouTube to, you can schedule it on when it publishes it. And so I've been scheduling it to publish it at 4 p.m. Central Time, which is 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 p.m. Whatever West Coast time is called. And it's 3 p.m. I believe Mountain Time. Besides that, I don't know. I think that's all the time zones. If not, shouldn't live in a different time zone than I don't know. And forgive me, but I don't know any time zones outside of the US. Sig, forgive me on that. And I watched your video, and that was a good unboxing. I can't wait till you get your bowl from Twin Pines to see it. I posted mine the other day. Actually, I think it just got posted today. My video went up with it. With a bowl that you rejected. Which is cool, because I like the way the colors on this one. In some parts they mixed real good, in other parts it's real like separate. So I thank you for not getting that one, because I never would have thought to do that color scheme. I'm actually trying to get Dawn at Twin Pines to do me another bowl. That will match that AKA brushwork handle I have that looks like the Okuma label. But I'm not sure if he will be able to pull that off. Because of the way they have to be poured into the mold. With that resin, it has two parts to it. And I guess you mix the color with one part, and then you get all your colors, and then you mix I guess like the part B to it, because once you mix part B, you only have so many minutes before it's done. And so I've tried to explain, you know, if it's a 15-minute cure or whatever, to mix the colors and let them sit for 5-7 minutes and then pour them in the mold so they don't just all go in fresh and just mix together and turn into brown, basically. You know, that way all the colors stay separate more. Because I wanted him to, I was trying to get him to make me a, he said he was going to make me a blank in a pill bottle to match my pelagic shave bowl, but he couldn't get it to come out, to turn out, so I don't know. I don't know if he was having problems with it releasing from the pill bottle or what. Yeah, it's kind of hard because he's older. I'm not sure how old his wife is. They're both super sweet people. I've had some really good conversations with Carol, his wife. But sorry, I'm just like using all the lather. Yeah, I don't know what happened, but she said that if he could get it to work, he would do it, but something failed in the process and it didn't happen. So that really sucked, because that would have been awesome to have a brush to match that bowl, because that bowl is beautiful. But you know, but enough talking about this. But this brush is very, very comfortable. And, you know, I love Craig's work at Opus. I probably have, I don't even know, 6, 7 of his brushes. And he's actually working on, I think he showed me in the little box he has. I think he's working on 4 or 5 more brushes for me. And a big razor stand. That him and I may actually if I could get enough interest in him and I may actually go in on them, because he doesn't like doing them because it's a ton of work. But he said, you know, if you'll do, he said, I'll pour it and mill it, but you have to do all the polishing and everything else. You know, he said, he said, if you're willing to do that, he said, then I could sell them to you for cheaper so that you could sell them for whatever you want. So you can make a couple dollars versus him doing all the work, and there's no room for any type of, you know, couldn't make $5 off of it. Which is fine with me. I do this because I enjoy it. But you know, so hopefully, you know, when I get mine, I'll show y'all. And if there's enough interest in it, Craig said that we will talk and see if it's something that he can if it's something that he could put on his CNC and have it bust them out. And see how much it cost him in resin. Because that's the, that's the expense there. All of our labor and all that. That's all really that's really a non what's the word I'm looking for? It's not a tangible thing. You can't you can't hold it. You can't, it's a made up figure. It's a made up thing. It's not, it's really how much do I think my time's worth on sanding this and polishing it and, oh, there goes the camera. All right. When I did HVAC work, I was always, when I did side work, all the other guys hated when I did side work because the job they would charge $5,000 for. I was charging $2,500. But that's just me because I don't like I don't know. I just want people to always feel like anything they buy from me or any service I provide, I want them to feel like they got their money's worth and then some. I'd rather have somebody feel like, they came out ahead of the game. Like, wow, this dude, like say he polished my razor for $25. It would have cost, $60 or whatever for anybody else to do it or something, To me, it's like, who cares, I do it because I enjoy it and I'm bored, It's a hobby that I enjoy and luckily I'm able to devote more time to it than most people. But, it's like the leather razor cases. A handmade, hand-stitched, I remember why I hate that pump. It doesn't spray it. It's more like a squirt gun. Just shoots a solid stream up. But I would rather It's something I enjoy, and I guess I don't put as much value on my hard work and whatever as other artisans. I'm not saying I'm an artisan, but as other people do. Now, don't take it that I'm saying that they're ripping you off or anything else like that. Not what I'm saying. You know, there's, it's just like with brush makers and razor makers and everything else. It's like Razor Rock could make and sell a CNC machine stainless steel razor for, you know, $69. Why can't Carbon or Charcoal Goods or anybody else? Well, that's because they're a smaller operation, and they feel that their product is higher quality, and so it deserves a higher price. So, you know, that's each individual person's choice and decision. I'm not here to say they're wrong, because who am I to say they're wrong? Who am I to say they're right? I'm just telling you what I do. Let's throw on some of this beautiful splash. Man, this stuff smells so... Man, this stuff is just phenomenal. This is one of my favorite, I think, as far as cologne dupe scents. I think this is probably, I think this beats any Creed Aventus dupe I've ever used out of the water. But let's go over what we used today. As you saw, Annie, where's that upside down? Annie St. Barts with the Captain's Choice Copper Heavy Duty Bowl. My Opus is the dopest, or it's the SNDO brush. Depends on how you want to look at it. You know, it's either Opus or it's SNDO. I don't know how you would pronounce that. With a synthetic blue. Hear that? That's what it sounds like, a duster thing or a broom. That's what. But that was our shave. Thank you for sticking in with me. I hope I entertained you somewhat, at least. I could get kind of preachy and sometimes, you know, but that's just me. Well, welcome for the ride. Oh, and my man Andy, if you're watching this, you know, we talked about strops the other day. Well, today I went by the Tandy Leather and I picked up some blue dye. And I plan on, when I make you your strop, I'm going to throw in a blue DE razor case for you. You've sent me stuff before in the past. And I want to say thank you to you for that. And if I get into certain thing by that time too, I may send you something different instead. We'll see. It'll be a surprise either way. But thank you for joining me for Pelagic Shave number 36. Tomorrow we will be doing, guess what? Another Ariana and Evans soap. Sorry, I have so many of them. That's all Wayne's fault. He got me hooked on Ariana and Evans. My main staples of soap are A&E and Sterling. I'm trying to diversify, but I hate buying soaps that smell bad. And I know what ones are good with A&E because I have friends that use those. And they like the same scents that I like, so I'm safe with that. Murphy and McNeil and some of these other brands, Barrister and Man, they have soaps labels that have nothing to do with the scent. That drives me crazy, so I don't buy them. I like to be able to look at a label and go, oh, that's St. Bart's. This is going to be a nice tropical soap. I don't want to look at something, it's a picture of a bear or a picture of freaking whatever, you know, like Seville or whatever it is, where it's a moose or whatever, and then it just says Seville or something weird over here where it's all this Celtic symbols and who knows. That's not me. My OCD doesn't allow for that. So that's why you see a lot of simple stuff. I'm trying to diversify though, so don't ditch me yet, because I'm trying to do better. My meds are helping somewhat. But thank you for tuning in again. We'll see you tomorrow with A&E. What did I say it was? Peaches and Cognac. And tomorrow I will be using the Timeless 0.95 titanium. And I believe that will have a Nasset blade in it. And tomorrow I will be using another, believe it or not, folks, another synthetic brush. I know, it's blasphemy. I'm a hardcore Badger user. I'm traveling. I didn't want to wait. I'm leaving out Sunday morning. I don't have a day and a half for them to dry. So I brought synthetic. So, sorry. So I'll see y'all tomorrow. Take care. Be safe. God bless.